Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome to a new video. Appreciate everyone liking and subscribing the videos the past couple of weeks. It's good feedback that I'm doing an okay job on the content. So again, appreciate a little like and subscribe. It really helps the channel, gives me a lot of feedback and it guides me into making new content. So in this one, I want to speak directly about identity and sounds. When I get sent music, when you listen to music, there's something about that music that you like. Whether it's the vibe, the energy, the speed, the texture, chord progression, whatever it is, there's a sound in there that you're attracted to. Whatever genre that is, I'm not speaking genre, I'm just trying to speak about a certain sound which is inside of you, and it might sound a bit deep, but this is really important if you're a DJ producer, especially if you're a producer trying to make music that stands out from other music and you want to stand out from a very saturated industry and crowd. So finding your own sound, what does this exactly mean? Well, when you listen to your favorite artist, you most likely know that it's their music. When you hear their track on a radio, a playlist, on a set or something, you know that's an X track from him, or that's him, that's her. And that's really important for you to aim towards this as a producer, is to getting your own sound that people can recognize you from listening to the music. Now this takes a lot of time and it's obviously not an overnight process, and it actually takes a bit longer than just maybe copy and pasting a genre that's popular or a sound that's doing well. You might go and copy that and then try and think that that's going to do well, and that's kind of common, but I don't want to speak on that. I just want to speak on tips and tricks on how you can get your own sound. So when you listen to your favorite tracks from an artist, there's a high chance that they have a sound palette that they've built over the years, which they will go in and out of over months, weeks, and they constantly build this over time. There's also a chance that they would use these samples and sounds, these core sounds, regularly and rotate them in their music and in the tracks they make year in, year out. Does every track contain the same sample from the previous one? Maybe not, but there's a high chance that it's very close. So what are these sounds and what could they be for you? And how can you rotate these sounds to eventually get a kind of an outcome which sounds like, hey, that's his track, that's you, that's him. So the sounds that they would use and that you can start using today are: one, drum samples. So start to build your drum sample sound palette. Go find kick drums or create kicks that you like, that you want to put into your own music. If it's a big, huge 909 kick drum, then go make some big kick drums that, or maybe take them from somewhere else or from an old record which sounds good to you. Put them into a folder, for example, and use these kicks in the next few tracks or in the future tracks. And you'll realize over time is that when you use these same core sounds like a kick drum, it starts to become like your own kick drum, and people will recognize, oh, that's kick drum from him. And that over time will start to happen if you sculpt your own sounds and build your sound palette from the beginning and then use them throughout your tracks. So what's another sound that you could use in your own sound palette to create your own identity? Well, staple sounds, a hi-hat, a clap, a closed hat. These will vary and you'll definitely sample other ones, but maybe get 10 open hats that you like and that you like the sound of, put them into a folder on your DAW and rotate these sounds in your tracks. Maybe the hat that you use is a vintage style and over time that's sort of your thing, and then you recognize in your tracks that, oh, there's a vintage style in your tracks, and that plays a part in your sound. What other sounds could you use that could be used in your own identity? Well, bass lines. Maybe you go into your VSTs, and I know for me personally there's presets that I like to use, kind of which really contribute towards my sound, and I will constantly go back to those presets, or I might even shape them on the day, because I know that these sounds, I like them and they're contributing towards my identity. When you couple and when you group all these elements together, and when you consciously do this, over time your demos are going to start sounding like you. When you send a demo, when you send music to a friend or DJ, they will probably pick up that it's you, like the way that you pick up that it's someone else's track when you listen to their track, because of a myriad of reasons, and one of the reasons is that they built that sound palette. So building that sound palette is really important that plays a part into building your own identity as a producer, which is going to make you stand out as a producer as well, especially when you're sending music to labels and DJs, and when these DJs and labels are getting sent hundreds of tracks every week, if not more. If you stand out with your own identity, your own thing, then that's going to make your music get more success, get more DJ plays, get signed more. I'm really sure of this. And it's going to also build your fan base as well, because then fans can connect to you as well, because they know that the tracks you put out, they can kind of connect with them in a way that the way you connect with other tracks and other artists that you listen to. Okay, so what else can we do to build our identity and sound? Right, so after sound palettes, we can use certain synths and shape sounds with built-in effects in Ableton or third-party plugins. So this could be classed as mixing, but I like to think of mixing as like you're building your own sound. So the way that you use a compressor, the way that you use a saturator is going to be unique to someone else. The way, how much drive you use, how much color, how much EQ you use, this all plays a part into your own identity and sound. So if you get 10 producers in a room, they will all use plugins in different ways. So think of mixing is like shaping sounds and your own music to get a certain identity. And I like to think of mixing in this way. So when you're using a saturator, just look at how you're using it and think, okay, I use it strongly or soft. And if you use it soft, that's fine. There's no right and wrong. Don't just do what you see on YouTube or just when you see online. Use it in a way that you want to, and an outcome that you desire in your head. And when you do this and when you get more comfortable doing this, this is going to play into your overall identity as well. So again, those tracks that you listen to are mixed and shaped in a certain way. And I know people get tracks mixed down for them, which is also fine, but give it a shot and mix it down yourself and use the saturator in a certain way and play with it and play with echoes and delays in a way where someone else might not get the same as you, and that's going to play into your identity. Okay, another way of getting your own sound and playing into creating more impact with your music, getting it listened and heard more, is to use the same sort of, not techniques, but if you play with chords in a certain way, which could be wrong. Let's say you're not classically trained and you're writing chords and they just sound maybe a bit off in terms of musical theory, but they sound weird and they sound unique and you like them and they sound something that you enjoy making, but it's technically wrong. Go for that more than going for technically right. So when you go technically wrong, that's your own little mistake, your own happy accident that can play into your own identity, and maybe you might use that little technique that you found by accident in your future tracks, and after 5, 10, 15 demos, after using that technique, it starts to become like a bit of a trend in your tracks, and by the 15th demo you'll start to hear, okay, I'm using it in a certain way, which is, this kind of sounds like me, this plays into what I liked, how I like to make music, and I don't feel like I'm just sort of maybe emulating what I see on YouTube or tutorials. I'm sort of using the plugin, I'm playing with the sounds, the sampling methods in my own unique and weird way, and this is going to play into your overall sound kind of identity at the end of it. So give this all a shot. Understand what I'm trying to say is that you're probably not getting your music signed, or it's not getting heard, or it's getting ignored. There's a high chance that maybe your track or maybe your demos are sounding too like someone else, and the person listening has already heard it before. So instead of going right, go a little bit left. Understand your plugins, understand your sound palette, use things in a weird, unique way, and continue and rotate this over your tracks, which is going to create your own identity and your own sound. And you kind of want to be the leader in this. So you want to be first at doing something. I know it's not easy to be first person to make a certain style, and this is quite rare, but you want to be kind of top of the pack when it comes to this. So give it all a shot. I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love to hear your feedback and what you think of this video. If you agree, if you feel like this resonated with you, please tell me in the comments how this was for you. If you do need extra help with your music and you're kind of finding it hard to get any progress or hit your goals, getting your music better and to a standard which you are happy with. And this will involve finding your own sound and identity, which will in turn create opportunities for you, releasing music, getting more Spotify plays, getting gigs, getting DJ slots. And I really believe this. So if this feels like something you would like to be a part of, then please click the link in the description, or else give me a message on Instagram, which is also in the description, and I'll tell you more about it. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.